Friday. I can't believe that it's Friday already. Today is Friday, June the 11th, and this is My Daily Thought. Okay, before I go any further, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. KIRWKC on all these social media platforms. And of course, please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. Where to start? Few things going on right now. So, first of all, let me start off by saying I got my toothpaste. So, yeah. I went to the TheraBreath website because I was on the Amazon, because usually I get it shipped through Amazon because obviously Amazon ships it a little bit quicker for the most part. And they didn't have it. Now, the other stores in Los Angeles, where it was only like 5 Walgreens stores that had it before, now I think it's down to 2 or 3. But something said, well, just go ahead and go to the site and check and see if they have it back in yet, even though I didn't get the email. And mind you, TheraBreath, if anybody over there is listening, I gave you my email address and told you to notify me as soon as you got the toothpaste back in. I didn't receive a notification. Maybe it's in my spam folder or something like that, but I doubt it. So, but I digress. Mercury's in retrograde, so I'll let it slide. Point is, I went to the site and they were saying it was back in stock, so I ordered 6 of them, and then I shipped it second day air because I wasn't about to do it ground, because I wanted it to arrive this week, even though I still had some left that I had purchased a few weeks ago, but I just didn't want to chance it on the ground shipment. So I asked for second day air. They shipped it next day air, which I got an upgrade. I love upgrades. And now I have it. So I have 6 tubes of this now, and I'm very thankful and very happy about that. So the toothpaste situation is under control, the toothpaste that I prefer, because I'm just like, even though I have been researching backup toothpaste, I want to go with my first choice. Like, who wants their second choice? Like, come on. So yeah, toothpaste crisis averted. On to the next thing. For the dreams. Well, yeah, for the dreams. I've been having dreams lately, and I will bring that up later in more detail, because what I'm doing this weekend, and this is why I didn't do the lucky numbers for Saturday, and I didn't do the quick 3 tarot for Saturday. The reason that I didn't is because I'm doing a tarot reading for the collective. For those who are new to this, anyone who needs to hear readings is for the collective. It's not for a specific sign, and it's not 3 cards. I keep pulling cards until I feel like stopping. So I may pull 5 cards and stop, or I may pull 25 cards and then stop. But the reading is exactly what it is for anyone who needs to hear. And if it resonates with people, and I've noticed that some of those readings that I've done for the collective have resonated with some people. So I plan on, the goal is, knock on wood, Mercury in retrograde, is to do it this weekend and get that reading out the way. Which, by the way, how did everyone enjoy the eclipse, the solar eclipse too? That's been interesting. My mind's been thinking about so many things. And then also somebody was saying that Saturn went retrograde as well while Mercury's in retrograde. And I think they said Jupiter is in retrograde or Jupiter's going retrograde. And I'm just like, really? So, yeah. But that's what's going on this weekend. I'm doing the reading. Anyone who needs to hear. I will probably, I hope, do a wacky news weekend episode this weekend. is what the goal is. I'm not doing too much this weekend because I'm working on some other things. Cleaning being one of them. Some stuff in my apartment, it just needs to be cleaned. It's like I've been looking and I'm like, okay, this needs to be handled. Just like before, when I was cleaning out one of my closets, I was just like, okay, we need to clean this out. And I made it my mission to do that. I have other little things that I need to do as well. You know, the daily stuff. Obviously, I have to cut my hair tomorrow. I usually do that on Saturday and things of that nature. But I just have other things going on. So I will more than likely upload the tarot reading for the collective, anyone who needs to hear. And I will do my best to do an episode for the Wacky News Weekend. And as for the dreams, going back to that, just to give you just a quick overview of what I've been picking up. From the dreams that I've been having and the energy I've been picking up, and I'll mention this too during the reading for the collective as well, is that people need to start looking for their old stuff. Start going through their old stuff. Whether it's baseball cards, whether it is old video games, whether it's, I'm trying to think of what else might have been popular, whether it's like old Lego sets as well, things from, you know, whether it's from the 70s, the 80s, or the 90s, anything that you have that you used back then, go ahead and start going through that stuff. And then what I would recommend to you is use the internet to do a quick search. There was something, I wonder if it's still up. Hold on, let me see. Because it came up when I logged into one of the sites that I use. Hold on. It's not up there now. I forgot what it's called. I think it's a Patty Pocket or something like that. And come to find out, they're worth like a couple of $100 now, is what they're worth. I think they were out in the, I want to say the 80s, maybe. So keep that in mind too. Like anything that you can find from your childhood, or even from just 10 or 15 years ago, even if you weren't a child then, start going through that stuff, because something is telling me that the value of a lot of things are about to increase. The reason I'm saying that is because I feel like people will want to move their assets into something else other than cash. Is what I feel. I feel like cash isn't, and this isn't, you know, I'm not a financial analyst. I'm not a licensed financial planner or any of that stuff. Obviously, speak to your financial planner and everything else. I'm just a person who reads tarot cards, has dreams and premonitions, and reads energy. That's all I do. I'm just telling you. The energy that I've been picking up is that a lot of things that were somewhat valuable before, the value might really increase over the next 6 months to a year, give or take. So that's just the energy I'm picking up. So if I were you, I would go through some of your old stuff. If you have an old Rainbow Bright stuff, Care Bear stuff, whatever you can think of, He-Man action figures. I'm just throwing stuff out as it's coming to my mind. G.I. Joe action figures from back then. Transformers. Whatever stuff you can think of. Atari, Sega, Nintendo. Whatever you can think of that you just might have somewhere in the attic because you just threw it away, or somewhere in the basement because you just threw it to the side. And it's like, oh, okay, and done that. Comic books, definitely. Now, you don't need to be a licensed financial planner for somebody to tell you that. But comic books, definitely. But yeah, anything, even old clothing, too. Even old clothing. Keep that in mind as well. So anything old, just be on the lookout for that. Anything that you may have just thrown to the side and forgot about. Maybe you had a child who went off to college or just moved out the house and they just left some of their things there and you just kept it for nostalgia reasons. But now you might be looking for a way to bring in some extra income, or you might need extra income for a certain thing. And it's like, okay, wait a second, maybe I can have a yard sale. Maybe I can do this. Maybe I can do that. And especially coins too, because I had a dream about coins, about collecting old pennies. I don't know if that's resonating with anyone, but anyone who's dealing with pennies, especially if you collected pennies as a child with your parents or grandparents, start going through your coins. Literally. and doing that and seeing if there's anything that you may have overlooked, because there are certain coins that might have extra value due to the way they were printed. Because I remember when I went to a coin shop a few years ago, and I mentioned the Susan B. Anthony coin because I had one, because I'm like, I haven't seen one of these that often. And he was like, oh, they're not really worth anything because there's so many of them. But then something told me to go online and look it up. And it just so happens that certain Susan B. Anthony coins, certain ones, can be worth up to $500. So again, if you have old coins that you just threw to the side, you may have collected as a kid or whatever, start looking at them, start researching, start checking to see if there's any, any universe, Mercury's in retrograde. Can I have some backup, please? Anything that sets it apart from the regular coins, any type of, there's a word. I want to say it starts with the D. Not definite, not definitive, not discriminate. It's something else. But yeah, you know where I'm at. So any markers on the coins that set it apart from the other coins. Because yeah, coins was really, really a big thing in my head, especially because I had a dream about it. So yeah, do that. Because I had a dream. I'll tell you this. I wish I would have just went all in, because I had a dream about water. And something said to me, buy some stocks related to water. And that's what I did. And I didn't go all in. I just bought, some penny stocks. I was just like, oh, I was checking out some companies, doing a little bit of research. I'll be damned. Right after I bought the stock, it went up almost 40%. I kid you not. I can't make it up. It was this company, Origin Clear. And this, I'm not telling you to buy the stock because I own it. I'm just, because I didn't make anything but what, $40, I think? Something like that. So yeah. But what I'm saying is, I have dreams and premonitions from time to time, and they're usually right more times than not. But again, I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm not a financial planner. All that stuff. You do what you want to do. I'm just telling you the energy that I've been picking up. So yeah. So for tomorrow or this weekend, the goal is tomorrow. For this weekend, I will do the Anyone Who Needs to Hear, and I will do my best to do the Wacky News weekend episode as well. So 1 episode minimum this weekend, 2 episodes maximum this weekend, because I have other things I need to handle. And speaking of things I need to handle, I need to get going. Thank you to all of my listeners who have been supportive. Oh yeah, one other thing before I go. 2, for the daily thoughts, I'm considering moving it to podcast only, temporarily. I'll eventually move it back to recording like I am now, recording the video. But more than likely, anytime I do a daily thought, it'll probably be exclusive to the podcast only, along with the tarot readings and things of that nature. Anyone who needs to hear them readings, I'll more than likely still do those recorded on video and do the audio. But as for the other tarot readings, anything related to tarot cards, it'll probably be exclusive to the podcast only for the time being, until I can rework my schedule enough, or until I have enough breathing room to go back to recording videos for some of these. Because honestly, I like showing the cards. I like for people to see the cards, the deck that I'm using and stuff like that, versus just hearing the audio. However, I guess my listeners are fine with it because my listenership has always been more than my viewership on my video channels, YouTube and Dailymotion and IGTV, which is fine. However it works. So, with that being said, I gotta go. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Thank you again to everyone who's been supporting the show. I have more stuff coming. Someone asked to come on the show. I told them I'm fine with it. I'm still waiting to hear back from them. If I hear back from them, great. If I don't, it's whatever. It's not that serious. But if so, he's a self-improvement person, and he is a published author as well. So we'll wait to see what happens. All right, gotta go. Until next time, be blessed.